Roman Reigns breaks down behind the scenes. The emotional visit to Jimmy Uso's hospital room shakes the bloodline. Welcome back to Wrestling News CC, the place where we dive deep into the biggest stories in the WWE Universe. Today, we bring you something truly emotional, something that has shaken the very foundation of the bloodline. Roman Reigns, the cold, calculating tribal chief, the leader of one of the most powerful factions in WWE history, has just experienced something behind the scenes that has left the entire locker room in shock. This moment wasn't about championships, rivalries, or glory. This moment was deeply personal. It's about family, it's about loyalty, and it's about the undeniable bond that ties the bloodline together. For the first time in a long time, we witnessed Roman Reigns break down. We're talking about a moment where Roman Reigns, the man who has faced every challenge with an unshakable calm, was visibly affected by something so personal, so raw, that it left an emotional scar on the man we've come to know as the tribal chief. This is not the Roman we've seen in the ring, this is a completely different side of the man behind the character. Something truly shocking unfolded when Roman Reigns visited his cousin Jimmy Uso in the hospital after that brutal, savage attack by Gunther. Setting the scene, Jimmy Uso's brutal attack. Let's rewind to the moment that set everything in motion. Jimmy Uso, one half of the legendary Uso twins, was viciously assaulted by the ring general himself, Gunther. The attack was shocking, brutal, and left Jimmy hospitalized with multiple injuries. Gunther, known for his unrelenting dominance and his cold demeanor, showed no mercy in that ring. It wasn't just a match. It wasn't just a fight. It was a statement. Gunther's intentions were clear, he wanted to send a message not just to Jimmy Uso, but to the entire bloodline. And boy, did he. Jimmy's injuries were severe, broken ribs, internal bruising, and a torn muscle that will take months to heal. But it wasn't just the physical pain that cut the deepest. The emotional toll, the sheer humiliation of it all, weighed heavily on Jimmy. And for someone like him, someone who had always prided himself on his strength, his resilience, that was something harder to deal with than any physical injury. Uso's silence, the fallout in the bloodline. While Jimmy lay in that hospital bed, another member of the bloodline was noticeably absent, his twin brother, Uso. The WWE Universe has come to know the Uso brothers as inseparable, as one unit, always backing each other up no matter what. But after the attack, Jay's behavior was unsettling. Rumors swirled that Jay may have been struggling with his own demons, conflicted over his loyalty to Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, and his loyalty to his brother Jimmy. The bloodline had always been a powerful unit, but now, with Jay's absence, the cracks were starting to show. The visit to the hospital, Roman Reigns' unexpected emotional moment. And then, Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, made his way to the hospital. If there's one thing we know about Roman, it's that he's never shown weakness. He's always been the embodiment of strength and control. But this visit? It was different. Roman walked into that hospital room, and what happened next left everyone in shock. The Roman Reigns we all know, the calm, calculated leader, was gone. In his place was a man visibly affected, emotionally broken, standing at the bedside of his cousin, Jimmy. Roman stood there, staring at Jimmy's battered body, and for the first time in a long time, we saw something vulnerable in his eyes. A tear, just one, slowly ran down his face. And it wasn't just the tears. Roman, the tribal chief, the leader of the bloodline, started to break down. The weight of the situation, the devastation of seeing his cousin in that condition, was too much for him to bear in that moment. The tribal chief, the guy who had led his family through thick and thin, was showing a side we rarely see: grief, concern, helplessness. This wasn't a leader talking to a member of his faction. This was a family member talking to another family member, unsure if he would make it through this. For Roman, this moment was a reminder of the personal cost of the bloodline's battles. It was a stark realization that the family he had worked so hard to build and protect was now at a breaking point. The bloodline at a crossroads, a new era for Roman Reigns. The aftermath of that hospital visit has had a ripple effect throughout the bloodline. Since that emotional moment, things have not been the same. Roman's breakdown in that room was not just about Jimmy. It was a wake-up call, a realization that, after all these years of dominating the WWE Universe, the cost of being at the top of the food chain was far greater than anyone could have imagined. Roman has always maintained control, always kept a level head in the midst of chaos. But what happens when the cracks in the foundation of his empire begin to show? What happens when the family he's worked so hard to build starts to crumble? The WWE Universe is now questioning everything. Is the bloodline truly as united as we once thought? Is there more tension between Roman and the Usos than we've been led to believe? Will Jey Uso ever return to support his brother Jimmy, or will his silence lead him down a darker path? Roman Reigns has been the anchor of the bloodline, but the events that have unfolded in the past few days suggest that even the tribal chief might not be able to hold it all together. The WWE Universe is watching closely as the bloodline faces its greatest challenge yet, a challenge that may not be solved with championships or power, but with raw emotion and loyalty. This could very well be the beginning of a new era for Roman Reigns, a time where the leader of the bloodline faces his greatest struggle yet, not against an opponent in the ring, but against the breakdown of the very family he holds dear. What's next for the bloodline? The uncertain future. Now, the big question remains, what happens next? How will Roman Reigns react to this emotional breakdown, and how will it impact the bloodline moving forward? Will Jey Uso snap out of his silence and stand by his brother, or is this the beginning of a deeper divide? And what about Jimmy? Will he be able to recover from his physical injuries, and more importantly, the emotional scars left by this brutal attack? And then there's Gunther, the ring general who brought all of this chaos to the bloodline. What will Roman's response be when he finally faces the man who nearly destroyed his family? Will it be business as usual, or will this personal loss change everything for Roman Reigns? The bloodline is at a crossroads, and what happens in the coming weeks will change everything. Will Roman rise from this emotional turmoil stronger than ever, or will this be the beginning of the end for the most powerful faction in WWE history? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, the bloodline, and WWE as a whole, will never be the same again. What do you think, WWE Universe? Is the bloodline truly falling apart, or will Roman Reigns rise from this emotional turmoil stronger than ever? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Wrestling News CC for all the latest updates on this and other WWE storylines. We'll be here, diving deep into every shocking twist and turn in the world of professional wrestling. Until next time, take care and stay tuned. But wait, there's so much more to discover. Click on the next video right here, shown on the screen, for more exclusive insights, reactions, and all the latest happenings in the wrestling world. You won't want to miss it. Every click helps us grow and brings you more amazing content. So please, don't leave just yet, join us for the next video and keep the wrestling conversation going. Thank you for being part of our community. Goodbye for now.